Good morning, honorable judges, teachers, and friends. My name is Claretta Sastrokusumo. I am from Maitreyawira Vocational School. In this beautiful morning, I would like to share my opinion on the topic online teaching and studying process during the COVID-19 pandemic. Before that, let's talk about the situation that's happening right now. Lately, there has been a big ruckus that has caused quite a stir around the whole world actually. The world, our country, and even the place where we lived in, Riau Island, is currently fighting against these troublesome events caused by a particular virus. Yes, I am talking about the COVID-19 pandemic. What is COVID-19 pandemic and why is it dangerous? The COVID-19 pandemic is the worldwide spread of a new disease. In this case, that disease is called COVID-19 or coronavirus. Coronavirus could give many impacts to our body such as lung inflammation, pneumonia, heart problems, and even death. There has been 200 million cases confirmed around the world, and according to Gugus Tugas COVID-19 Kepri, there has been around 50,000 cases confirmed in Riau Island. What's more dangerous is that sometimes your body either shows symptoms or nothing at all, and suddenly things became fatal. Scary, isn't it? That's why COVID-19 pandemic is considered highly dangerous. The death rate increased in whole region. What's the impact of this pandemic towards our daily life? First one, the world faced an unprecedented global health and socio-economic crisis triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic. People are at risk of falling into poverty, mental health and access to basic health services, lockdowns and school closures are affecting the education system. Now, going on the topic online teaching and learning process during the COVID-19 pandemic, as I have mentioned before, this pandemic has caused impact on many daily life aspects. One of them is education. There are a few points that I would like to discuss here. First one, teaching and learning methods. We went from offline to online, meaning we transitioned from traditional learning into digital learning. Of course, there are a few changes. Here's a few points we must unwrap. First point, place and time. For online learning, you can participate in online classes literally anywhere while doing anything. We're not expected to stay in one place in a certain amount of time. You could go to the bathroom without missing your class, you could go do errands, or help out your parents while attending class, which is what I do, and many other things. In conclusion, online class lets you multitask and it saves up time. Second point, alternatives. Online classes uses internet to access virtual platforms for learning. Alternatives such as Google Classroom, Google Meet, Zoom, Edmodo, and etc. These platforms are easy to access and is efficient, but for some it might be not. I'm talking about the teachers and students living in certain region where it's barely possible to gain internet access. This alternative isn't so convenient for them. As we know, online learning needs internet to access learning platforms, attending class meeting, submitting assignment, and doing exams. So if one doesn't get internet access, then they won't be able to do any of that. According to Kemendikbud, there are around 2,000 schools in Indonesia that had to face this problem. One of them is Nusa Tenggara Timur. Lastly, social interaction. Social interaction in online learning allows students to share their ideas on various subjects with each other. Student-led online discussions typically motivate deeper understanding as well as yield interesting personal applications of course concepts and theories. Now that we have discussed all the points, the question is, do you think the purpose of the learning itself will be accomplished in this situation? Or is it effective? First, let us check the effectiveness in each aspect and sum it all up. First aspect to check, learning process. For learning process, I think it's effective for some of us who could gain easy access to the internet, but not for those who has difficulties with it. Another example, according to Liputan 6, as experienced by one of the students of SMK Negeri 1 Slawi, video showing him struggling to get internet access circulated around social media. So there is an inequality in learning process. But in terms of time, I think it's really effective. In addition, we learn new things along this situation like technology. This case is proven by myself. I realize I understand more about technology ever since online studying. Second aspect to consider, teaching process. I think it's harder for the teacher regarding many issues. According to Compass.com, Mrs. Romawati stated that according to the teacher's perspective, especially those who are nearing retirement, online learning is very difficult because most of them do not understand the science of information technology. Another source, CNN Indonesia, reports that a teacher named Titi confessed about siding with offline studying and said that during online class, students experienced many disturbance and distraction that could cause lack of focus due to many reasons like bad internet connection and others. And the last aspect, on the purpose of learning. For this one, I think it depends on the result of the previous two aspects. If both learning and teaching aspect is proven effective, then the answer is yes, and so is otherwise. In conclusion, the effectiveness level of online studying and learning depends on the individual. If the process goes well with the individual, then yes, it is proven effective. If it's not effective, then no. We can't force the answer into only one side because each people adapt differently in different situations. I say we do our best and try to fulfill each our duty as student or teacher. That's all for my speech. Thank you so much for your attention and your time. I wish you good luck, stay safe and healthy, and have a nice day.